To mark our 10th anniversary, we would like to give you an inside look on the history of the Socio-Economic Council of Sint Maarten. From 2011 until today, we have issued more than 50 advices to the government of Sint Maarten on a variety of social and economic topics. The issues range from short-term labor contracts to poverty reduction to waste management. But how exactly did we come to advise government on such a wide variety of topics? On October 10, 2010, Sint Maarten's new constitution was established, and the island territory became a constituent territory within the Kingdom of the Netherlands. With this change in status, many institutions previously seated in Willemstad's Curaçao came into existence on Sint Maarten. One of those institutions was the SER, an independent advisory body to the government of Sint Maarten. The SER board was appointed the following year on May 1, 2011. The board brought together employer representatives, employee representatives, and independent members in a tripartite structure to provide the government with advice on draft laws and policies. To support the board in its functioning, the Secretariat of the SER was also established on this day, with the appointment of Mr. Gerard Richardson as the acting Secretary General. The first board meeting of the SER was held on May 10th in the A.C. Wati Legislative Hall in the former Government Administration Building. On this day, the appointed board members elected Mr. René Richardson, a former union leader, island council member, and commissioner, as the chairman of the board. With SER board meetings underway, the acting SG, Mr. Gerard Richardson, was tasked with assembling staff members. The Secretariat required a senior policy advisor, 2 policy advisors, a policy worker, and an office manager. They would support the board in its functioning, conducting research and drafting advices on their behalf. On June 27, 2011, the first advice request from the government came into the SER. The advice concerned establishing a national holiday to commemorate the events of July 1, 1863, known to us now as Emancipation Day. While the acting SG was still in the recruitment process for the Secretariat, he compiled this first advice. While advice requests were coming in from government, the SER was still busy securing an office space of its own. In the meantime, the acting SG and the chairman had to make use of various restaurants and the office of the Department of Legal Affairs and Legislation to conduct their meetings. It was not until later in the year of 2011 that the SER was given an office space on the E.C. Richardson Street. The SER shared the building with the High Councils of State until receiving its own office space in 2013. The relocation to the Harborview complex provided the SER staff with its own office space and a fully equipped conference room to accommodate all 18 members of the board. The SER went on to issue a number of important advices regarding socio-economic issues on Sint Maarten. With a new board appointed every 3 years, the position of chairperson has been filled by a variety of familiar faces. Mr. René Richardson led the way, as Mr. Arthur Butte, Ms. Oldine Bryson Pantoflet, and Mr. Damien Richardson were elected by their fellow board members for the position of chairperson. Notably, Ms. Bryson Pantoflet, elected in 2014, was the first female chairperson of the SER throughout the Kingdom of the Netherlands. The history of the SER has not been without its challenges, and more importantly, without its supporters. In a ruling made by the Ombudsman in 2020, the SER's independent functioning to the government of Sint Maarten was cemented. The case was important for the SER, and the independent advisory body continues to provide its advice, both solicited and unsolicited, to the government of Sint Maarten. Through the years, the proper functioning of the SER was assisted by a variety of persons, such as Mr. Clarence Richardson. It is these collective efforts that the SER on its 10-year anniversary is grateful for. As the SER continues to reflect on its history, we welcome you to visit our website, www.ser.sx, and to visit our social media pages to keep up to date with the institution.